What's up, everyone? Welcome to Power Play with CJ. Today we're going to talk about what the Columbus Blue Jackets should do with the number 2 pick in the draft. Obviously, you'd figure playing as bad as they did, have one of the worst records in recent memory, they would have got the number 1 pick, but the lottery balls didn't work in their favor. And it's too bad. Edmonton got it for the third straight year, which to me is bullshit, but hey, what are you going to do? I think the easy answer, I think it all depends what Edmonton's going to do. I think Edmonton should take a defenseman. Matter of fact, I think Edmonton should trade down with Columbus. Columbus has the option to get LA's first round pick, the 30th pick this year, and move. If anything, take that pick and move up that to get that number 1 pick and take Yakupov. And then it's apparent more and more likely they're going to trade Rick Nash. And with Yakupov and then the assets they bring up from the Rick Nash trade, try to start over and try to build something from scratch. I think that'd be the way to go. And they got the picks in place to do it. But having said that, it's a tough call. I definitely think they should look at trading up. Like I said, I move those 2 picks, even like John Moore. I think Edmonton wants defensemen to really get this thing going, and I think Moore could be a defenseman that could definitely help Edmonton down the line. He's a very good player, and he could help, help either the Oilers, Jackets, whatever team he plays for going forward. But it's just really a bad situation for Columbus. You really feel bad for them. But it's tough. I take Ryan Murray if Edmonton goes with Yakupov. I take Ryan Murray there, and then you'll have a pretty solid defenseman for the next 10 years to build your team around. And then, like I said, if they do move Nash, you're going to have a ton of young players coming in that can play heavy minutes right away, and you're going to struggle again. Then hopefully next year, get another high pick, or maybe you can get. You're still a few years away. If you trade Rick Nash, you're really putting off. You're really starting a brand new rebuilding process for the umpteenth time in Columbus, and it's tough to be a fan out there, but I think this draft could be what gets them over the hump and what redefines that franchise. Obviously, like I said, the Rick Nash era is over, but they can start over with either Yakupov or Murray, and definitely be a contempt team for years to come. I think definitely it's going to be tough to see Rick Nash go, but with the young players brought in from that trade, plus the guys they'll bring in from the draft, I think it'll be a little bit easier to bear in a few years. I think they can definitely build something. As long as they get a good, capable young goaltender in the Nash trade, they'll be in good shape. It's just plenty of good players in this draft. It's a deep draft, and they got a lot of picks, so they should be pretty set. So I got this episode of the Power Play with CJ on what Columbus should do with the number 2 pick in the draft. Stay tuned for more episodes throughout the finals and beyond. Later, guys.